Hey everyone, it's Carissa Wiley at sprinkledwithglitter.com. Thanks for joining me today. Today I am sharing 3 ways to use the brand new Elevated Rainbows product suite from Pinkfresh Studio. This is a part of their brand new Pure Bliss release, which is releasing for February of 2025. It's full of some fabulous products like this one, and I think you're going to love it. So I'll be using the brand new Elevated Rainbows cover die as well as the Elevated Rainbows stencil, and I'm going to show you 3 ways to use this product to create 3 unique looks. The stencil set includes 4 stencils, and this kind of gives you a clue on the back of this packaging of how these would be colored. You could mask these off and color them in rainbow order, or you can just stencil all in one color on each stencil, which is what I'm doing today. But I think that this product suite is one that you'll have fun with over and over again. Now, I'll also be combining this with the brand new You Are My Rainbow sentiment set. There is a coordinating die set as well. I love the mix of fonts on this and all of the different sentiments, which are so much fun. You are so thoughtful, the sky's the limit, friend, you are my rainbow, things like that kind of coordinate perfectly with this brand new stencil set. So you can see each of the stencils are numbered 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'll be going in order with these. There are registration marks to line it up with an A2 size card front, but I'm just going to be using the corner of my Misty today to line up my paper and my stencils each time. Now here's a look at the colors that I'll be using. I'm going to be using 2 colors, a dark and a light on each stencil, and you'll see this as I work through all of these colors. And for stencil number 1, I'm going to start with my blues, which are Ocean Breeze and Aquamarine. So for the lighter color, I'm actually using the 1-inch blending brushes, these nice big fluffy blending brushes to go over the entire area of the stencil. This allows me to kind of build up that color. And then once I get a nice kind of layer of that lighter ink, I'm going to come in with a 1/2-inch blending brush and add some shaded areas to each of these stencils. So this time I'm using the Aquamarine ink, which is a little bit darker than the Ocean Breeze, and I'm coming in at the bottom of the arches of the rainbows and at the corners of these areas to kind of add a little bit of shading. This is completely optional, but I thought it was a fun way to kind of step up my stenciling for this particular card project. Now, once I get all of the shading added, I am going to wipe down my stencil with a dry cloth before I remove it. And then I'm going to just remove my stencil. And for stencil number 2, I'm going to tuck it in that lower right-hand corner where my paper is kind of nestled into. And that will help line this up perfectly with the previous stenciling. Now for this stencil number 2, I'm using Coral Reef and Passion Fruit, some of my favorite pinks from Pinkfresh Studio. You could choose some more traditional like reds and oranges, but I thought it would be fun to kind of create a little softer palette for this rainbow design. Now for stencil number 3, I'm tucking that in again to that lower right-hand corner, and I'm starting with Meadow and my large 1-inch blending brush and coming in with Emerald City for my shading with this using that 1/2-inch blending brush. Finally, we're going to add stencil number 4, tucking it into that lower right-hand corner again. And for this, I am using Peach Fuzz and Apricot. I did have a little fuzzy there that I kind of removed with my 1/2-inch blending brush. And now I'm coming in and adding the shading. Now this is one of those stencil sets that it would be really easy to mask off and put various colors in particular spots, but I just used one color for each stencil layer, and you can see I have beautiful results. Now, I wanted to add a little sparkle and shine to this, so I'm bringing in an oldie but goodie product that's been in my drawer for a long time. This is the Sukin Shimmer Spritz Spray, and I have just shaken it up to get all of the sparkles moving throughout it, and now I'm spritzing over the entire area with this Shimmer Spritz to add some sparkle. You can see my paper is curling a little bit under the moisture. That's fine. I'm just going to heat set it with my heat tool. And then I could either die cut this using the coordinating die, or I can layer die cuts over the top, which is what I've chosen to do. So I am die cutting 3 layers of white cardstock using the Elevated Rainbows cover die, and I am going to stack those up, and then I'm going to actually die cut this die again using some champagne cardstock, and I'm going to layer that on top. So look how pretty this looks with that layered die cut over the top, but of course you could use the die to kind of line this up and die cut those elements as well. Here's a look at that champagne color cardstock die cut from the Elevated Rainbows. I think this on its own would make a beautiful background for a card, and you could just add a simple sentiment over the top and be done with it. But we're gonna step it up today. So as I mentioned, I die cut 3 layers of this white cardstock, and I'm placing it right over the top of my stenciling. I'm using liquid glue so that I can kind of edge this or nestle it, nudge it into place as it dries. And I'll top off those 3 layers of white cardstock using the champagne die cut. Now I have the background ready for my first card, and we're going to work on card number 2. So this includes the stencils for card number 1, but for card number 2, we're going to use this die to do some die cut inlay. So I've die cut 1 layer of white cardstock, and I'm adding it onto a 4 1/4 by 5.5 inch panel. And once I have that in place, I'm going to use the Elevated Rainbows die to die cut 3 different colors of cardstock. Now I actually die cut 4 different colors of cardstock, but I ended up taking out the green in the end because it didn't feel right to me, to be honest with you. So you can see that once I have each of these various colors of cardstock die cut, I'm starting to inlay it into that layer that's already placed onto my card front. So I'm using this just as a guide to place all of these pieces. And this is where I decided I wasn't digging the green, so I took the green out and I just used the nectar, the salmon, and the tide pool cardstocks to fill in all of those areas. Once I had a pattern that I was happy with, then I picked up each piece one by one, added liquid glue into that opening, and then nestled that cardstock into the die cut that's already kind of adhered onto the card front. I layered up 2 more layers of the white cardstock on top of that previous layer, so that makes 3 layers of white cardstock, and topped it off with another panel that I die cut from that champagne cardstock. So that's card number 2. And for card number 3, we're going to use some of these leftover pieces. We're layering up 3 layers of that white cardstock using some liquid glue with 1 layer of colored cardstock on top of it. And we're just going to use these 2 little arches as a clean and simple standalone element on our third card. So I like to add liquid glue to the front side of each of these die cuts and then lay them one on top of the other and use my fingers to kind of push everything into place where they're all lined up. So now that I have my 3 cards ready to go, or my 3 card fronts ready to go, I'm going to prepare some sentiments. So I have the You Are My Rainbow sentiment stamp set, and I'm placing 3 of those into my Misty stamping tool along with a piece of Tide Pool cardstock. And I'm going to prep the surface of that cardstock using a powder tool because I'm going to do some heat embossing on this. And I don't want my embossing powder to stick to any areas that I haven't stamped. So that powder tool is going to keep any static or oils from my fingers from holding on to that embossing powder. I've inked up my stamp using some Versamark ink. This is a clear watermark ink that I like to use for embossing. It does have kind of a tacky or sticky finish, but it will dry without that tacky finish if you want to use it on its own. But while the ink is still wet, I'm going to remove my cardstock from my Misty stamping tool and sprinkle on some ultrafine detail white embossing powder. Then I'm going to heat set that with my heat tool. I'm just melting that powder. Once it is shiny and not grainy looking anymore, I know my powder is melted and I can move on. Now I'm grabbing the coordinating You Are My Rainbow die set, and I'm finding the coordinating dies for each of these sentiments. I've lined them up and run them through my Empress die cutting machine to have 3 different sentiments ready for each of my cards. So the 3 sentiments I chose are Friend, You Are My Rainbow, Sending You Sunshine and Rainbows, and finally The Sky's the Limit. Now, as I place these onto these very busy backgrounds, I really felt like the sentiments needed to stand out a little bit more. So I flipped each one of them over and I added a little bit of foam adhesive onto the back of each of these sentiments. And I adhered them onto a vellum banner that I created using the Banner Basics die. It kind of coordinates with a stamp set from Pinkfresh Studio, but I really love to use these banners on their own. So now we're kind of working backwards in our card order here, and this is card number 3. I'm using some liquid glue to adhere these bow shapes or these arches of these rainbows onto a card panel that measures about 4 by 5 1/4 inches. It might be 3 3/4 by 5. I'm just placing those into that lower right-hand corner of this card front. And then I will add my sentiment and my banner onto the card front using a little bit of foam adhesive to give it some dimension so that it can kind of sit up over those bows, since they do have a little bit of dimension with those layers of cardstock. Then I'm going to take each of my additional sentiments and add them onto the card fronts. Again, using some foam adhesive. This one says "The sky's the limit," and I love this card. And finally, sending you sunshine and rainbows onto this first card that I created with the stencil set. Now, once I have all of these sentiments placed onto the respective cards, I'm going to add a mat of this champagne cardstock onto the back of card number 3. I am using some foam adhesive here to give it some dimension. You could skip that part if you want to, but I love to create big cards, and I cannot lie. And so you would find not very many instances of me skipping foam adhesive, except for here. I used some tape runner to place this onto an ivory card base, and I adhered each of those additional card fronts onto a white card base, A2 card base, and finished these off with some champagne glitter drops. So there you have it. Elevated Rainbows product suite, brand new from Pinkfresh Studio. I've used it 3 ways here. Once with the coordinating stencil and adding a little bit of sparkle to that background with some sparkle spritz there. Then I've created a card using die cut inlay and the Elevated Rainbows cover die here. And finally, I've used those little arch or rainbow elements as a standalone feature on a very modern and clean and simple card for card number 3. I honestly love all 3 of these cards, but I would love to hear in the comments below which of these 3 cards is your absolute favorite. Are you a fan of the stencil one? Are you a fan of the die cut inlay, or the clean and simple modern standalone card in card number 3? Be sure to leave me a comment below and let me know what you think. Now, as always, I will have links to the featured products used in these projects in the description at YouTube. So if you're looking for something in particular, be sure you check there, or you can head on over to my blog at sprinkledwithglitter.com. Over there, you'll find more still shots, more information, and a complete list of supplies, as well as some information on a blog hop that's happening today celebrating this brand new Pure Bliss release from Pinkfresh Studio. I hope you'll join me there. As always, I just want to say thanks so much for stopping by and hanging out with me today. I am so glad you're here. I hope you enjoyed these projects, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notifications here so you don't miss any of the paper crafting and card making video tutorials that I share, as well as my live stream sessions, Carissa Crafts Live, where we craft and chat and I answer your questions. Thanks again for hanging out with me today. I'm so glad you're here, and until next time, I hope you have a fabulous day. Hey, thanks for sticking around to the very end. You know, if you've made it this far, you are one of my favorites. To subscribe to my channel, go ahead and click the button on the left side of the screen, and here's a couple more video tutorials I thought you might enjoy.